There was a village called Amoni hidden between a wide river and a great green forest. The village was peaceful. Every morning farmers walked to their farms. Women sold food in the market. Children played near the river. At night families sat outside their homes and told stories under the stars. But there was one rule that every person in Amoni knew. No one was allowed to enter the deep forest after sunset. The elders said the forest was very old. Older than the village itself. They said strange things happened there after dark. Some people believed there were spirits living in the trees. Others believed wild animals moved silently through places no human had ever seen. But there was another story. The elders spoke of a place deep inside the forest called the Whispering Tree. They said the tree could speak. Most people laughed when they heard it. They called it an old tale meant to scare children. But 12-year-old Kian believed it. Kian had always loved the forest. He loved the sound of birds calling in the morning. He loved the smell of wet soil after rain. He loved watching small animals move between roots and leaves. His mother often warned him. One day that forest will get you into trouble, she would say. Kian would only smile. I will be careful. But the forest always felt like it was watching him. One evening Kian was walking home from the river when he heard something strange. At first he thought it was the wind. Then he heard it again. Kian. He stopped walking. His heart began to beat faster. He looked around. No one was there. The village was behind him. The forest was in front of him. Kian. This time the voice was clearer. It came from the forest. Kian stood still. He knew he should run home. He knew he should tell his mother. But something inside him pulled him forward. He stepped closer to the trees. Who are you? He asked. No answer came. Then a small bird flew out of the forest and landed on a branch above him. It looked at him for a moment. Then it flew deeper into the trees. Kian followed. Only a few steps. Then a few more. The bird stopped again. Kian walked forward slowly. Suddenly he saw something on the ground. A small wooden box. Old. Covered in dirt and leaves. He picked it up carefully. A strange symbol was carved on top. An eye surrounded by leaves. He opened it. Inside was a silver key. And beneath it a folded piece of paper. 6 words were written on it. When the bell rings, run to the forest. Kian frowned. What bell? Before he could think aloud, a sound echoed from the village. Dong. He jumped. Dong. Again. Dong. 3 times the village bell. Kian looked toward the forest. The bird was gone. He ran home. When he reached his house, his mother was already outside. She looked worried. Kian, where were you? At the river? She scrutinized his face. Do not go near the forest tonight. Why? She looked toward the village square. The chief has called everyone. The bell rang again. Dong. Everyone in the village began moving. Kian followed his mother. Soon, the entire village gathered in the square. Chief Doro stood in front of them. His face was serious. Something terrible has happened, he said. A man stepped forward. My son is missing. A wave of fear passed through the crowd. What happened? Somebody asked. He went to check the goats before sunset, he said. He never returned. Where were his footprints found? The chief asked. The man pointed toward the forest. Silence fell. Then the chief spoke again. We found his footprints leading into the deep forest. Kian's hands tightened. He remembered the voice. He remembered the box. He remembered the message. When the bell rings, run to the forest. He did not understand. But he felt something was very wrong. That night no one slept well. The next morning a search team entered the forest. Kian wanted to go. His mother refused. You are staying here. But I can help. No. But he might still be alive. Her voice became firm. I said no. Kian returned to his room. He looked at the silver key. He could not stop thinking. Then he noticed something. The symbol on the box matched the carving on an old tree near the village square. He had seen it many times. No one knew what it meant. Then he remembered his grandfather's words. The forest does not call everyone. Kian had laughed back then. But his grandfather had continued. If it ever calls you, listen carefully. Kian looked at the key. Then at the window. He made a decision. That night he waited until his mother slept. Then he left quietly. Near the old mango tree Nia was waiting. You came, she whispered. Kian nodded. I found something. He showed her the key. Nia frowned. Where did you get that? The forest gave it to me. That is not funny. I'm not joking. He told her everything. Nia stayed silent for a long time. Then she sighed. I can't believe I'm doing this. You're coming? Yes. They entered the forest. The moon lit their path. They reached the place where Kian found the box. But it was gone. Are you sure? Nia asked. Yes. Then Kian sees a carving on a tree. The same iron leaf symbol. Below it were 3 arrows. Left. Right. Straight ahead. Nia looked at him. Which way? The key in Kian's hand grew warm. He pointed forward. That way. The forest grew darker. The air grew colder. The village sounds disappeared. They heard water. A river. A stone bridge stood across it. Old and broken. Kian stepped onto it. Kian. He froze. Nia looked at him. You heard that too? Yes. Do not cross. The voice was clear. Kian stepped back. Crack. The bridge collapsed into the river. Nia gasped. If we had crossed. The voice had saved them. They followed the river and found a cave. Footprints were outside. These are his, said Kian. Inside, they found a small bag. And a piece of cloth. He was here, Nia said. Then they heard a sound. A soft cry. They followed it. At the back of the cave they found him. Toma. Kian, he said weakly. I thought no one would find me. What happened? Kian asked. I followed the sound, then I fell. Nia helped him up. We are taking you home. But Toma shook his head. There's a door. He pointed deeper. Behind rocks was a wooden door. Kian held up the key. It fit. Click. The door opened. A tunnel stretched downward. Walls covered in drawings. People planting trees. A giant tree. A village. A warning. The tree protects the village. But when the people forget the forest forgets them. Toma whispered, what does that mean? Kian didn't answer. They continued. The tunnel opened into a huge chamber. And there it was. The whispering tree. Massive. Ancient. But dying. Its leaves were dry. Its trunk dark. A voice filled the room. You came. The children froze. You came to save the village. Yes, Kian said. Then the leaves. The ground shook. Boom. 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 Voices echoed. They are here. Chief Doro entered with men. Kian, he said. Then his face changed. You should not be here. Why are you here? Kian asked. The chief looked at the tree. Because it has something valuable. A golden glow post inside the trunk. The golden heart. No, Kian shouted. The men moved forward. Stop them, Kian cried. But the chief laughed. You are just a child. An axe rose. Then the ground shook violently. Wind roared. The men fell. The tree spoke. Greed brought darkness. The light grew brighter. Only courage brings light. Kian understood. It was a choice. The chief stared at the tree. I was wrong, he whispered. Silence. Then he stepped back. Stop. The men obeyed. Together, they worked. They cleaned the roots. They brought water. They removed dead branches. Slowly, the tree changed. One leaf turned green. Then another. Then hundreds. Light filled the chamber. The tree lived again. Outside, the sky changed. Sunlight returned to Harmony. People stepped outside. They looked up. The sun was back. Kian, Nia, and Toma returned. The village cheered. But Kian only smiled quietly. He had listened. Not fought. Listened. Chief Doro confessed everything. The village was shocked. But he promised change. And he kept it. They planted trees. They protected the river. They respected the forest. And the rule remained. Never enter after sunset. But a new rule was added. If the forest whispers your name, listen. Years passed. Kian grew older. People asked about the forest. He always said, I saw a tree that could speak. They laughed. But he continued. The forest has always been speaking. Through rivers. Through wind. Through birds. Through trees. We just never listened. And when the sun sets over Harmony, the forest becomes quiet. But sometimes a whisper moves through the leaves. Soft. Gentle. Carrying across the village. A warning. A promise. And if someone listened closely, they would hear two words. Take care.
Thanks for watching this video, guys. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and comment down below who was your favorite character, and don't forget to watch my other videos, David and Goliath, the previous one I posted before this one. And make sure you guys continue to share my videos, and if you like it, comment down below a heart shape so I know you like it. Thanks, bye.